Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Myers Minis. Today we are going to be learning how to make our very own Play-Doh right here. Woohoo! So for this recipe, you always want to make sure that you have an adult helping you out when you're doing a recipe like this. But we're going to be using vegetable oil, we're going to be using flour, we're going to be using salt, and we're going to be using food coloring. Now another thing you might need to use is about 1/3 of a cup of water. All right, you might need to use a little bit of water in order to get the consistency right of your Play-Doh. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to add 8 tablespoons of flour. So let's do that first. 8 tablespoons of flour. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, there we go. Now next up, you want to add the salt. So let's add 2 tablespoons of salt. That's 2 tablespoons of salt. Let's count them. 1 and 2. There we go. All right, now we are going to add 1 tablespoon of oil. 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. There we go. And then about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, or 1/4 of a lemon squeezed in there. So we'll do that. There we go. All right. Now next up, you're going to want to add your food coloring. So you don't have to use a lot of the food coloring, but just add a few drops at first. You can always add more if you want a darker color, or combine colors if you want to try some fun new colors together. And then mix all of that together. Now you'll want to be checking the consistency as you're mixing these, and you're also probably going to knead it a little bit too, but it's going to start to kind of look like this, as you can see right there. Now I think it needs just a little bit of water, so I'm going to add part of my 1/3 of a cup of water right there, and then start to combine it. Now you might need to knead it for a few minutes, but eventually you'll get your hands in there and you'll start to knead, and you'll see that the oil is starting to have the dough stick together like that. All right, and you might need to add just a little bit more flour as you're kneading it in the bowl. Some people say you can knead it on a surface, but I like to do it in a bowl because it just keeps it a little bit more contained. But as you begin to press firmly, you can see it starts to make its shape right here, which is pretty cool. Now, in order to store it, you can put it in a Ziploc bag, or you can put it in a Tupperware, and eventually you'll have an item like this, which is really fun and easy to use, and it's also non-toxic. Perfectly safe. If the dog eats a little bit of it, that's okay. Not a big deal. But there we go. Well, I hope you all have fun with this recipe, and I also hope that you all have fun making things together as a family. And this is a great recipe, so you can make some rainbow Play-Doh if you want to, or you can just make any sort of colored Play-Doh by combining different colors. All right, well, until next time, I'll see you all again. Take care.